His origin city up against his adopted city. So plenty to play for here because playoffs are on the line with Tom Moody and Srishan in the house today. And when we started all those 6 weeks ago and we asked all our analysts, our star cast, give us your top four, Brian Lara is the only one who had Kolkata Knight Riders in his top four. Tom, things have really changed around now. Have you been surprised with the way the movers and shakers of the top?
I think Brian's got surprised, but I'm absolutely thrilled for them because from where they came from last season to how they have evolved this year has been quite remarkable, and it's been so much fun to watch. And what they've got, I suppose, on top of other teams is that they're complete. They're spinning teams out. Their pace is good, their fielding's good, and they've got the power hitting in the middle order as well.
Well, it would be the worst kept secret to say that Shri here would be invoking all the cricket gods that Rajasthan Royals qualified today. That would be the worst kept secret. But Shri, they're going to have to do it at the Chepauk against Chennai in what could potentially be Mahi's last in the city. Surely the cricket gods are writing something else.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be not that easy for Rajasthan Royals for it, because Sanju would love to perform in that ground, and he's been doing well in that ground as well. Plus,
they did it last year at the Chepauk. You'd have just said that, Shri. I would have led with that. Why not? But the emotions, you can't deny it, because when it comes to Mahi, we didn't get those opportunities in test or one days to say goodbye. Could this be the day, Suren, that we get an opportunity to say goodbye along with Sunil Gavaskar? I know that you're on the way to the ground right now. Surely the Chepauk and all roads leading to it are painted yellow with emotion.
Yeah, just getting a lift from the legend, Sunny Gavaskar. Okay, jokes aside. Sunny, you were there.
Bengaluru's favourite son hosts his state of origin. Who will be without Rishabh Pant? Considering the glorious form that he's been in, he's going to have to serve that suspension because of slow over 8. Considering that they're both in contention for the playoffs, both have the momentum going. A lot of it for the Capitals because of Rishabh Pant. How big of a loss is that, especially at the Chinnaswamy?
It's middle order is something that Delhi Capitals will desperately miss. They're firing at the top of the order, but to have someone like Rishabh Pant as the batter in the middle is key to them. And the other thing is the captaincy. You know, he is the captain, and the team are used to the rhythm that he captains. And now they're going to have a different captain. Axar Patel is going to take over the captaincy, and it's a new thing for him. I don't think he's captained in an IPL match before, so I think it's the very first occasion for him. So this is the big shift for Delhi Capitals to manage in this big contest.
What Axar Patel, however, has managed to do is, when it comes to some of the big batters that RCB possess, managed to keep them quiet. Not too many have managed to keep Virat Kohli quiet this season. When it comes to the Chinnaswamy, now they possess the best bowling average for spinners, that is Delhi Capitals. Up against Virat Kohli, Shri, it's not just about the strike rate, which has improved against spin, but it's the shot that he employs. We're seeing the sweep, we're seeing the slog sweep. Does that make it a more even and intriguing contest?
Absolutely. The way he's been playing, especially about my strike rate, and it's very important that especially in the middle overs I go after a bit more positive cricket, so it's a good thing for Indian cricket as well, because we are just going to go for the World Cup. So the kind of form Virat Kohli is in, I think it's all plus for Virat as well as RCB and especially Indian cricket team.
I mean, she brought it up. You've got a World Cup around the corner. West Indian pitches expected to assist spinners a little bit, maybe a little slow. So the manner of this evolution or this sudden change, how does it bode from the Indian perspective as well?
I think it's great. I think it's great for...
And it's been that sort of consistency that has seen him average 70 this season. So you're going to get a chance to see the Virat Kohli show later on in the evening at the Chinnaswamy. They're up against the Capitals in that fight to stay alive for the playoff race. But before that, he would go on to script a legacy to win those 5 titles. Could it possibly be number 6? First, they have to reach the playoffs here on Our Cricket Live. Looking back on what could be possibly the last time we see MSD wearing yellow in the city that loves him like no other. Here with Tom Moody, Srishan and Sunny G, who is with us in the Chepauk as well. In fact, there's something about Rajasthan Royals when it comes to CSK, because even last year, they invaded the fortress that was Chepauk. Sunny G, that brilliant over from Sandeep Sharma. So these memories are very fresh for MSD as well.
You're absolutely right, because Rajasthan Royals somehow...
Shri, it's okay. You can smile. You can let those emotions... Okay, Shri. Sri, we all play with our emotions on a day like today because we don't know when it comes to MSD. We just never know. We didn't know when the time would be called on the one-day career or on the test career. Could this be the last day? If it is the last day that he's going to bat at the Chepauk, his adopted city, the city that calls him Italy, we want to soak in every single moment with over a billion. As many of you that could have descended at the Chepauk, fans from all over the globe and definitely India to see one man, their Tale. There's no denying that the shore meter, the decibel levels are going to be through whatever little roof is there at the Chepauk, because when he walks out, you have to cover your ears. And Tom, you know, for such a decorated cricketer, for being the Indian captain that brought so many laurels to the country.
This thing, you just got to enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. If he manages to walk out to bat today, just soak it up and enjoy it. Particularly if you are, you know, a massive MS Dhoni fan, which most of us are.
And you know what? The fans, what they want the maximums. They want the sixes. That Chepauk, we only won this season. For the first 5 deliveries, he's, you know, striking it over 200.
He said, I would love to see him keep going because if he wins this game, even though I am supporting the Rajasthan Royals side, but if he ends up winning this game, it might not be his last game in the same stadium. So let him just keep going because not just for MS Dhoni, as legends Sir and Coach rightly said, if he keeps going, it's an inspiration not just for MS Dhoni fans. It's an inspiration for different sports personalities as well, even different forms of life. He is just an inspiration. So I would love to see him score those 3 sixes, maybe more. Yeah, let's see. Let's just keep the fingers crossed for Dhoni bhai because sky is not the limit for him. He can just keep coming, and he's not for. I don't think
that you're getting when it comes to today Chepauk MSD. What are we going to see?
Well, my instinct is that I'd like to see, you know, MSD go out on a high. I know he's not been batting up the order because of that leg issue, but I'd love.
That emotion really translates to the screen, doesn't it? Listen, we don't know what we're going to get when it comes to MSD. We just want to protect our hearts when it comes to that. It's a huge day for both teams in action today. Take a breather. We'll be back with more. To those remaining spots here in the playoffs. Let's get our parlay predictions straight out of the way. Sunny Ji, I'm going to come to you. Which are the 2 teams that are going to be victorious at the end of the day? Today, we've got 4 big contenders in action.
I want CSK to win.
Welcome to Tom. Rajasthan Royals, last 4 times, they've beaten Chennai Super Kings. They've reached the Chepauk before. Could they do it again? Because they have the hero, the Anna, Ravichandran Ashwin, hometown hero in their ranks.
Yeah, look, if any side, there's 2 sides that can do it in my view, and that's KKR and...
I was just about to say, Shri, nice job of evading the second question in predictions, but he's up for the task. Let's find out what's been trending. Pro expert's opinion, because at the Chepauk, he's averaging 99, he has 100 here, he has a 98 here. But when you look at some of the pacers that Rajasthan possess, including Trent Bolt, I mean, that's a contest for him because they've kept him quiet, including Sandeep. How does he negate that today?
Well, he's capable of doing that. We've seen that in the past. Yesterday with Shubman Gill, day before yesterday, Shubman Gill scoring 100. And suddenly Gujarat Titans won because the captain sets the tone, the team does well.
More often than not, though, Raidu Ruturaj has been setting the tone, especially here at the Chepauk.
Yeah, I mean, he knows the conditions well, and he knows when to take on the bowler. He knows that CSK.
Give us a score, bro. Yeah, it was a given that you said CSK. I'm even surprised. We basically swapped out the Rajasthan Royals man with the CSK man.
We've got another mascot here. We've got rid of the pink mascot. We've got the yellow one in.
Just winners in our studio today. You could be a winner as well.
What Ambati Raidu just said because of his hair. But next season, the hair will be even longer.
Considering Tale just walked out, what do you think the decibel levels were at the Chepauk, Saniji? I mean, good thing you're in the indoor studio.
Story, you know, to keep the story going. And, you know,
The Chepauk, you know, you hardly have energy batting second. You want to have all your energy saved. So I felt fielding first is a, you know.
It is a quick turnaround, as we were mentioning as well, and Tom, especially for a side or a bowling unit that conceded a 200-plus opening stand, you've got to essentially make those changes.
Yeah, or changes not only with personnel, but sort of mental changes too, because, you know, when you get beaten up like what that entails as an athlete, that takes a toll on the body. So, I'm sure they're up for it. They know how much this means, and we've talked about this the story around MSD and the love affair with this ground and the fans. I'm sure they're up for it.
All right, well, fair enough. As far as Rajasthan Royals are concerned, it is emotional from the perspective of we need one win here and we'll be able to call ourselves qualified in this race, where Kolkata Knight Riders have already qualified. They've had success here at the Chepauk before. In fact, the last 4 games against CSK, they've managed to win. Panic on any accounts here, because there are plenty of opportunities to be able to make it to that playoffs. It's wide open at this stage, and when you need to center yourself and you need to ensure that you do have some stability and support in your life, that one person that you can turn to is the one that brought you into this world, and that is your mother. So for all the mothers watching today, and for those of you thinking of your mothers, a very happy Mother's Day. I mean, there's no doubt that your mother is going to be your greatest cheerleader. You gentlemen have experienced that?
Absolutely, and first and foremost, happy Mother's Day to you, the mothers out there.
Well, you know what? They will be watching today, won't they? They'll be watching their gentlemen in action, because the race to the playoffs is on. Our charge battle today could be a definitive one, but also a very exciting one. They both played each other really well. When you have a look at those numbers, the Chepauk is Ravindra Jadeja's playground. We all know that. But Sanju Samson, right, who's yet to be dismissed to spin this season. It may have stopped him, hasn't dismissed him yet.
Yeah, I mean, Sanju Samson really likes the ball coming.
He's closing in. He's got 550s this season. He's closing into those 500 runs. He's been that middle order machinery, Sanju Samson, the leader. But the Sahi Hai game plan to disrupt him off his paths, Tom Moody, what would you do?
Well, firstly, the most important thing is to keep away from that particular last graphic. He'll move away from the stumps to give himself room to hit through the offside.
He's been a vital cog in the machinery when it comes to the middle orders for Rajasthan Royals. But what about the starts? Need the starts from Joss, the boss. Let's hear how geared up he is. When it comes to the constantly evolving templates, you don't have Rajasthan openers that have completely exploded. They take their time. Joss is one of them, but because once he gets set, then he's striking at 180. Spin has troubled him. And here is a ploy you expect CSK to use with Tikshana
Yeah,
at the top.
of course, because especially CSK don't have their premier fast bowlers anymore in the squad. So I think they'll rely on spin a lot in this game and going forward as well. And especially with the playoffs and everything being in Chennai, I think the spin will be crucial, not only for Chennai, but even for Rajasthan going forward.
Shana with Moeen Ali, those options you can use at the top. Yashasvi Jaiswal then is the perfect foil, actually, because batting on the other end, you've got someone who can...
Partnership, and they did it so well there.
Okay, we know where Raidu's heart is. It's painted all yellow today, so no predictions. But let's get a power play predictions, because he's batted here. For runs in 6 overs.
I think RR will be 40 for 3.
40 for 3. Did you like the way he just slipped the 3 in there, just silently? We'll see you guys after the first innings here on Amul Cricket Live. One here on Amul Cricket Live with Tom Moody and Sri electing to bat first in a must-win, because if Rajasthan win, they've qualified. Chennai Super Kings have to win the remaining of their league games. Who would be happier with this total at the end of the day, Tom?
I think Chennai. But this surface is an old school surface, if I could put it that way.
Asian Paint super saves. Have a look at Simranjeet Singh's bowling from that perspective.
And then he bowls at 15 Yorker, surprises the batsman, and it is not at all easy to bat in the surface. But had full credit to Simranjeet the way he bowled. But I would like to say the last over might be the difference in this game, the way Deshpande bowled that last over.
And it's so funny, isn't it? Because when you speak about CSK and the Chepauk, you always talk about the spinners, the way Deshpande and Simmer especially.
Very hard for the batter to have any sort of rhythm to their game, both sides for that matter, but certainly Rajasthan, we're talking about with the bat, they boast power hitters, they've...
A bit of innings away was Riyan Parag, the consistency from him this season.
Absolutely.
We're pretty much spending the day in the south today. If you're spending the day in Chennai later on the evening, you're going from their perspective of wanting to make it towards the playoffs. Yes, we know that there's Trent Bolt in the lineups. They've got the seamers. They also have Ravichandran Ashwin. In 11 games that he's played against CSK, he's won 8 of them.
Yeah, look, again, he'll enjoy know exactly what pace he'll need to bowl on this surface and how he can sort of have an impact.
You mean Ash, the Intel, being an ex-CSK spinner
Yes.
himself and the hometown hero that he is. Look, what is Trent Bolt have a job to do in that power play, because Ruturaj Gaikwad is in the form of his life in this chase. He's averaging 99 at the Chairpok.
He started off slow, but then he's taken off that responsibility of leading from the front, and he's the way that first wicket off.
He has just been the consistent factor as far as CSK have been concerned, and that is Ruturaj Gaikwad. But we know the honest answer.